What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oscar Delahoya. Ryan Garcia. Get this. Ryan Garcia's promoter, Oscar Delahoya, discusses an effort to clear Ryan Garcia's name. For almost the entirety of his professional career, American boxer Ryan Garcia has been under contract with Golden Boy. Multi-time world champion Oscar De La Hoya's company has watched Garcia blossom into a star. Now the fighter and his promoter are facing their toughest test together. Garcia tests positive for a performance-enhancing drug after beating Devin Haney by majority decision. Okay, and April 20th, Tuesday, De La Hoya insisted to Sports Illustrated that his company is working to clear his name. He says all we can do is wait for the B sample, De La Hoya said. One isn't innocent until proven guilty. That's the country we live in. There is protocol we have to follow. We have to wait for the B sample. There's really nothing we can do. Let me counterpunch. The same thing Oscar just said is the same thing Eddie Hearn said. You know? So the question is, why is Ryan so adamant to either trying to find dirt on Eddie Hearn or trying to sue Eddie Hearn and all this stuff? Because it's like this. Basically what Oscar's doing is, hey, let me step back to see what's what. That's like I told you guys. Like, where is Oscar? Oscar is where Oscar's always been. Oscar's going to take the backseat approach until he finds out what was exactly in Ryan Garcia's sample, and then they're going to compare the samples. You know what I mean? See, if you got A sample, then B sample. Well, A sample, we already know what's up with it. It like, my thoughts, my honest thoughts. How can you have ostarine in your A sample, then nandrolone, and then all of a sudden nandrolone wasn't detected? So it's like, okay, you either had nandrolone in that or not. So that tells me like some type of contaminant is maybe possibly in the A sample. But the B sample, if it's nothing like the A sample, then the A sample was just contaminated. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, people, if that's the case, A sample was contaminated, B sample was clean. What that means is Ryan Garcia whooped Devin Haney's ass fair and square. That's if the B sample is the way it is. And what people ask about Eddie Hearn is, well, why didn't you come out and tell people what was what at the beginning? You know why he didn't? Because the B sample wasn't revealed. So you don't want to, and how the world we live in, just like Oscar De La Hoya said, you're guilty until proven innocent, especially with something like that, because the stain that drugs put on the sport. It's too many people popping for drugs and taking drugs illegally. Okay, it's too many people. So when anybody hears anything about drug use, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, he cheated. He cheated. Oh, yeah, he cheated. You know how good he whooped his ass? He whooped his ass that good? Yeah, he was on the juice. That's why Eddie didn't say anything about Conor Benn right away. That's why he didn't say anything about Dillian White right away. And to come to find out, the B sample was fine. It was just the A sample was contaminated. But then you start to have to question the person that took and collected the sample. Somebody has to be held accountable, because the defamation impact on those fighters, the damage is already done. Look at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is being really nailed to the cross. Now, I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty. All I'm saying is he has to wait. And Oscar ain't doing shit until that particular B sample is in, because he doesn't know how to take it. And I'm going to say, you know what? And I can understand why. Let's go into that for a minute. When Oscar De La Hoya was 25, 26 years old, he was a welterweight. He was fighting guys like Oberkar, I Corte, Felix Trinidad, went to 154, then fought Sugar Shane Mosley. You know what I mean? Guys like that. He was fighting the best welterweights out there. But did he ever, all the shit that he was involved in that we didn't even know he was involved in then, he was doing then, and nobody knew it then. But did he ever pop dirty for anything at all? No. So that should tell you something about a person like Oscar De La Hoya. Now you can understand. It was like, well, if you can't relate to people cheating, you're not going to relate to people cheating. You're going to look at that as like, man, I ain't had to do that shit and I was bloody good. You know what I mean? I was a bad MFer in the ring and I didn't need a needle or anything. I might have needed a beer and another drink and another line and another beer after that fight. But I wasn't testing positive during my training, okay? I was getting the job done. So I don't think that Oscar De La Hoya will have any type of empathy to Ryan Garcia. That's why he's taking the back seat now. But you guys tell me what you think about this article that Oscar De La Hoya is rallying to clear Ryan Garcia's name after the B sample. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.